Oh no, it's Mark. Hey, what's up guys? It's Mark Yoon, and today I'm here with another Dragon Ball Super episode review. Today's episode was episode 103. I hope you've been following me doing this, and I hope you continue to follow me into the future. Alright, so this week's episode, there's a few things to touch on. I actually thought, I knew it was going to be a Gohan-centric episode, but I actually didn't expect it to be so eventful. So in the beginning of the episode, we have 17 facing off against Ribrianne and the other girl, and they're like mad, obviously, that their teammate got knocked out of bounds. So they're actually doing quite well. For instance, Goku keeps on getting hit in these kind of like feint attack energy balls that are being like, that are surrounding him and going through him and stuff like that. They're like using feint attacks, so some of them are hitting him and some aren't. So it's not completely unlike Piccolo's attack, which we actually do see later on in the episode anyway, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, Ribrianne just going all out against 17, and he's holding his own. She calls him evil, and he kind of laughs it off. And Krillin makes it a point to say how 17 just loves playing around with enemies. So they keep going at it, and eventually the girl that's going against Goku, she's about to get knocked off the edge, but the Yardrat from their universe shows up and instant transmissions her away, along with Ribrianne, because Ribrianne actually showed up to protect her. And then Goku said something about them not wanting to shoot them any further, so okay, fine. Then these two guys from Universe 10 show up, and apparently they're the last warriors from Universe 10, and they challenge Gohan and Piccolo. So Piccolo beats the one guy with Scattershot, kind of unapologetically. He just like blasts him off the edge, and it's like pretty much like the rules are the rules, but he seems like really not enthused about, you know, defeating these opponents, because he knows that they're fighting for their universe as well. Which brings us to Obuni. As soon as I saw Obuni, I was like, oh god, this guy's gonna get like his butt kicked in like a second. But I was really wrong. So he actually was really good fighting against... Oh wait, before I get to there, Botamo gets beat pretty easily. So Gohan apparently learned that the way to fight him is to get him off balance, and then like obviously he punched him so fast and so hard that even though he wasn't being damaged by it, like his body was literally moving towards the edge, and then like he got kicked into the air and blasted off with a Kamehameha. Okay, the end. So then Obuni saw that fight, and that's why he challenged Gohan. I don't know why I forgot that, I'm sorry. So he has this really cool attack, or technique rather, it's not an attack. He kind of powers up to where he changes the direction of the energy flow in his body to kind of trick energy readers into not knowing where he's at. And the way they visually show it is like really, really awesome. I'll show it in the box up on the right hand corner. It looks like an inverted imagery of him, just like multiplied, kind of like you know, shadow clones, or like when Tien does his multiple attack. But it's really cool because they're all like combined together and they all fight together. I know it's one person, but he's just like shifting his energy around to make it feel like to Gohan that he's everywhere. But I like how they showed us like what Gohan was seeing. That was really cool. Gohan and him have a pretty good fight, and it's a pretty hard struggle. But obviously Gohan turns ultimate, he goes mystic, whatever you want to call it. And then he takes care of business. This, I didn't get caught off by this until like you see the picture on the ground with like Obuni and his family in like this little locket, and like then I was just like, oh crap. Like, you know what's coming, and you're like, yeah, they're all like, they're all gonna go. So Zeno does his thing as the kind ruler and overseer that he is by destroying an entire universe. I don't believe this is the end for them. I think a lot of them are gonna come back with the Super Dragon Balls and a Wish, because like the way they're being sent off isn't Dragon Ball style. Dragon Ball doesn't like to usually just get rid of everything in like a second. I mean, I know this is not Z or Dragon Ball or GT, but they have done things a little bit differently. I just don't think it's their style to just like do that. So I think the reason why they're letting us get emotionally connected to some of them and then taking them away so fast is because they're going to bring them back with a Wish. That's just my opinion. We'll see what happens, but I think that's what's going to end up happening. So anyway, the Angel looked really sad. The Universe 10 Angel. She actually said the name of the God of Destruction, that like elephant one, and like she looked really, really upset, and that's different from what we've seen from the other angels so far. So I'm not sure if there is an evil angel agenda, if she's just acting, or if she just actually liked that one guy, or if there really is a thing going on in the background. I guess like we don't know. Like it remains to be seen. But we see Piccolo looking onward at Gohan at the end of the episode, and Gohan's like really stern and solemn and pissed, I think. Gohan is different from the other Z fighters, where he doesn't think it's okay to ever take a life. Like, he is really reluctant at taking lives, and he knows by pretty much beating Obuni, like, his entire family is gone, the entire universe is gone, and it's like his fault. And I know it's not really his fault, but obviously that's how Gohan's going to take it, because we know his character, we know his personality. So that makes it even more upset, because like we're feeling the effects of that as well. All in all, I liked the episode more than I thought I was going to. I thought I was just going to be like Gohan getting some like 17 play. 17 was really badass in this episode again too. He always is. My boy Lapis. But so yeah, that was the end of the episode. If I'm going to rate it like I usually do, I'm probably going to give this one, I'm actually going to give it a, I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10, actually. I know that's really high for what I usually do, but there was emotional content in there. There was less comedy, which I like. There was a lot of action. We saw new techniques and new characters, and we actually got attached to them. It told a really good story, which is what I'm looking for in an episode. So my final grade for this week's episode is a 9 out of 10, which is awesome. I highly recommend watching it if you haven't. Speaking of which, if you do watch it, please don't watch it streaming on YouTube, or don't go to, I'm not going to name the sites because I don't want people to be driven there. So don't go to any of these like illegal sites. Like, it really hurts the industry. And if you really want the animation and Super to get better, and you want like the people to be in better working conditions, then support it in the actual avenues in which you're intended to. I mean, it's really easy to watch it practically for free because the subscriptions are so cheap. I mean, Funimation has a really good streaming service. You can go to Funimation.com, and then my personal favorite is Crunchyroll. You can go to www.crunchyroll.com, and you can subscribe. I think they even give you like 2 weeks free to watch whatever you want. So, and the subscriptions aren't expensive. So please go to one of those actual providers, like, to support the actual anime, the actual industry, and the actual people who are bringing it to us, and not just some people on YouTube who are trying to get like free views for pretty much doing nothing, doing screen recording and streaming it afterwards online. And I mean, a lot of times, like, they don't wait for like the official subs either, so you're gonna get bad subs or anything. But I'm not even gonna advocate for why you shouldn't. Just don't do it. I mean, you wouldn't like walk into a car dealership and see a car that you like, and then go look for that same car on the street and steal it from somebody. That's just not how things work. So I highly recommend that you go to either Funimation.com or Crunchyroll.com and subscribe, please, for a subscription service to them, so you can watch all these great anime for free, streaming in high definition, mind you. It's 1080p. It's really good like quality. I would personally appreciate it. But that's all I gotta say for today, guys. Thanks for staying with me and bearing through my little rant at the end. I've just been a little frustrated with seeing people watching the free streams. But I will be here again next week, or you can check out some of my other great videos. I have my How to Draw series I just put up to this week for that. And I also have a new gaming video, I believe, up. So please support the real industry And that's all for today, guys. Thanks for staying with me, and remember, as always, stay powered up. All right, guys.